Right, moving straight on, we've got our next guest with us. It is Mark from SIS Live. Hi Mark, thank you for coming
John.
on.
That's a pleasure.
Now Mark, we spoke to one of your colleagues yesterday and we concentrated on the SIS Live product range. Today we're going to talk about what I suspect a lot of people already have seen is your services. So obviously SIS Live got a product range, but of course well known for especially your OB trucks that they've seen around. So give us a quick overview about what it is that SIS Live services
John.
offer.
Yeah, certainly. So we operate a range or a fleet of SNG, IP and broadcast trucks. Basically we have trucks based the length and breadth of the UK and strategic places around Europe.
Right.
Our main business is news contribution feeds. So certainly any UK broadcast news stories, there's a SIS content somewhere. Whether it's the truck, the cameraman, it could be a teleport service, fibre connectivity.
Right.
So currently I think we have 120 plus trucks, ranging from very simple IP only, low power, to very complex SNG, multi-antenna SNG trucks, going up to multi-camera, large outside broadcast facilities.
And if they haven't seen the big red trucks driving around, then they've probably been on a different planet, especially around the UK. A lot of people will think it's just big stuff that you do, but it's not. That's not necessarily the case, is it?
No, I mean we will provide. I mean, recently, for example, we had someone who had a private function. Some of the guests weren't able to attend, and we televised it live for them. So I believe it was South Africa we were sending the transmissions to. So we had a cameraman there covering the wedding, as a lot of people do, but rather than just archiving it for storage, it was being transmitted live. And then from there it goes right through to major broadcast events, London Marathon, Wimbledon and things like that we televise. And as bandwidth, you know, we will transmit signals as low as a few hundred kilobits for communications only, and more recently we've transmitted 150 plus megabits per second for 4K ultra high definition over satellite. So it's very one extreme to the other.
Now a lot of people might think that getting an OB truck to a location, booking satellite time, organising the downlink and everything involved is very complicated. It might put them off thinking, I can't get the truck out, I have no idea what I'm talking about. How do you guys make that easy for them?
Well, I mean, we provide a one-stop shop. So we manage capacity, we manage the trucks, we manage the people. So there's one or two things we need to do. We need to know the location, the time, and then like any other broadcaster throughout the world, generally you've got to go to the local PTT and in a lot of instances make sure you're allowed to transmit from that location. Typically it's not a problem. Lots of locations they are not restricted, and some frequencies are not restricted, but that's really the worst case. Other than that, it's pretty much automatic. And on a busy day we could be transmitting 30-40 separate separate locations, different range of different satellites and a range of different customers.
And obviously you guys have been going around for a while and you've certainly covered the UK, and I suspect that if a client came up and said they want to transmit from there, you guys already know the location. You've probably done something from there before. Yeah,
I mean that's always good. I mean one of the negatives of satellite communications is you've got to have line of sight to the spacecraft. If you've been to a location before, then providing a building hasn't popped up in the meantime, you know you've got good line of sight. I mean, without publicising it, Google Earth and facilities like that, they're great for having a spot check look. But we'd always recommend, if we haven't been there before, we'd always recommend a site survey. And that will mean an engineer going in advance and checking the arc to make sure that we can see a number of satellites. That way we know we can guarantee connectivity.
And as far as talking satellites, you're not just pointing at one, there's a range that you can point at?
Yeah, I mean most people think satellites is where they get their sky pictures from on their house. In reality there's literally hundreds of satellites in geostationary orbit around the globe, and we operate on many different satellites. The main criteria is that you need a high enough elevation to clear any around buildings and things around the area. But and normally the satellites operate in different bands, but they're all doing the same thing. It's single point from the ground to a multi-point on the ground. and that's the beauty of spacecraft. You know,
Yeah.
one hop you can get from here to the US.
Yes.
Can't quite get to Australia, but
No.
two connections, and you're
Yeah.
anywhere around the world. So it's very good.
Now, a lot of people have been speaking about KASAT and IP. Do you guys offer services with that?
We do. We offer those kind of services and similar competing sort of technologies.
Okay.
You know, we look at those technologies as complementing existing newscasting.
Yes.
One of the USPs of satellite communications is you're providing a customer with a dedicated, guaranteed 100% throughput. And really, satellite communications is the only technology that's around that will do that. Terrestrial is great, lower cost, ease of use, but it's not 100% guaranteed.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a breaking news story, a disaster or something, and the terrestrial infrastructure collapses or is overused, then satellite is a way out.
Yeah.
KASAT, you can get dedicated throughput, but really the system is designed on for contended applications. But again, it complements existing technology. So it's not untypical these days to have multiple dishes on a truck.
Right.
One giving the customer maybe IP connectivity or streaming capability, and then another doing a more conventional SCPC transmission, which is guaranteeing throughput.
So some people will think, hold a second, I'm transmitting my very important content over the air. Is it not possible for somebody else to have a dish and just pull this down and see this content? Is it secured?
Well certainly you can see the carrier, but more often than not, it's very heavily encrypted.
Right.
So it's very difficult to decode it. But you know, there's people out there that spend their life trying to decode feeds. You know, I would suggest that most news stories, the feed contribution for most news stories, aren't really people aren't that keen to watch them, but they are encrypted.
So basically, there's an encryption code is given at one end and then given to the guy at the other end. They tap that in a box.
Exactly, and their IRD will lock to it. Yeah. It's similar to someone's card in their set-top box. You take your card out, you don't see your pictures. It's not quite that straightforward for SCPC, but similar
sort of technology.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, you are here obviously at IBC. You've got an indoor stand, and of course I've also noticed a big red truck outside as well, so you've got something outside as well?
Yeah, we have a vehicle, in fact two demonstrations outside. The IBC Daily News, we're transmitting that from a large SNG truck, and we also have what we call a man portable, a man pack, which is one of our leading products, and that's providing IP connectivity over a KU band capacity.
Brilliant. Now, Mark, if people want to find out some more about your service and they thought, oh, hold on, it sounds like we can actually use these guys, it's not going to be overcomplicated, because you can help them out. Is there a website they can go to?
Well, yeah, www.sis.tv or sislive.tv, sislink.tv. Basically, on our website, we have a full range of our products and services, and there's numbers on there, email addresses on there, and we'll be happy to help.
Mark, thank you very much
for coming on. That's a pleasure, John.
Go and have a look. We've used SIS Live, or I personally use SIS Live many times, and I tell you what, they make it very uncomplicated. I can tell you that for nothing. So go and have a look at their website. Sislive.tv will probably get you started from there. You'll find everything you'll need.